The Huns, who are led by the ruthless Shan Yu, invade Imperial Ha China by breaching the Great Wall. In the imperial city, the emperor orders a general mobilization, with conscription notices requiring one man from each family to join the Imperial Chinese army. To the south, Fa Mulan is an adventurous and active young woman to the dismay of her family, who hope for her to bring honor to the family. She is arranged to meet a matchmaker to demonstrate her fitness as a future wife, but following a few mishaps, the matchmaker deems her a disgrace to the family. Mulan's elderly father Fa Zhou, the only man in their family and an army veteran, is conscripted into the army. She tries to dissuade him from going, but he protests that he must do his duty. Fearing for his life, she cuts her hair and takes her father's sword and armor, disguising herself as a man so that she can enlist in his stead. Quickly learning of her departure, Mulan's grandmother prays to the family's ancestors for Mulan's safety. In the local temple, Mushu, a small red dragon, is a disgraced former family guardian who is demoted to the role of awakening the spirits of the ancestors. The great ancestor decides that they, most powerful of all, a massive stone dragon guardian, should guide Mulan, and sends Mushu to wake him. After accidentally destroying the guardian's statue, Mushu travels to Mulan's aid himself, desiring to redeem himself to the ancestors by making Mulan a war hero. Reporting to the training camp, Mulan passes as a man named Fa Ping, with Mushu providing encouragement and clumsy guidance throughout her deception. Under the command of Captain Li Shang, she and her fellow recruits, including Yao, Ling, and Chen Po, gradually become trained soldiers, but the emperor's belligerent council, Chifu, threatens to dissuade the emperor from allowing Shang's men to fight. Mushu then crafts a fake letter from Shang's father, General Li, ordering Shang to follow the main imperial army into the mountains. The reinforcements set out and arrive at a burnt village, discovering that the Huns have massacred General Li and his troops. As the soldiers march up a mountain pass, they are ambushed by the Huns. Mulan cleverly uses a Halong Shui cannon to cause an avalanche, which buries the entire Han army. Shan Yu wounds Mulan during the battle, and her deception is revealed when the wound is bandaged. Instead of executing Mulan as the law requires, Shang spares her life and expels her from the army. Mulan is left behind as the other soldiers depart for the imperial city to report the Huns' defeat. However, Shan Yu and several of his warriors have survived, and Mulan sees them heading towards the city. Mulan enters the city and warns Shang. The Huns then capture the emperor and seize the palace. Mulan, Yao, Ling, Chen Po, and Shang enter the palace and defeat Shan Yu's men. Shang prevents Shan Yu from assassinating the emperor, and Mulan lures the Han leader onto the roof, where she pins him there with his own sword. Acting on Mulan's instructions, Mushu fires a large skyrocket at Shan Yu. The rocket strikes and propels Shan Yu into a fireworks launching tower, where he dies in the resulting explosion. The emperor initially reprimands Mulan, but then he and the city's assembled inhabitants praise her for having saved them, and they bow to her in honor. She accepts the emperor's crest and Shan Yu's sword as gifts, but politely declines his offer to be on his royal council and asks to return to her family. Mulan returns home and presents these gifts to her father, but he is happy to have her back. Having become enamored with Mulan, Shang also arrives and accepts her invitation to stay for dinner. Mushu is reinstated as a Fa family guardian as the ancestors celebrate.